Hello everybody, my name is Chandler Page, and in today's video I'll be taking a look at the new release Lego Rivendell. Set number will be up here because I forgot it. This set, it comes with 15 full-on minifigures and also some extra statues, I believe 6 of them. It was released, or it is released, in 2023 this year, where it retails for about €500, and I bought mine as soon as I could. I'm currently in a different position of scenery because it is at the place where it will likely be for a long time, and that's in the living room, on a bit of a desk. But I will show you the minifigures now, and then I'll get on to the rest of the build. With the minifigures, starting with Frodo, then we have Sam, and we have Bilbo. Frodo comes with the One Ring, which is the same piece they've been using for a while now, and in my case the set actually came with 3 of them. I don't know if I'm lucky or whatever, but that's a great thing. Sam comes with a frying pan, and Bilbo comes with a simple cane, and turning them around you can see that both Frodo and Sam come with capes, and twisting them to the side you see like a bit of a buttoning up pattern, which is pretty nice. And for the back head printing you have like an angry Bilbo, like more stern Sam, and the taken over by the ring finder, I don't know the exact name, but from Frodo with those blue eyes, which are really cool. One other thing that Frodo and Bilbo come with is a way to display them as sitting down, as you just saw in the overview itself, where once you take off the figure and you take off the legs, you can simply add these parts, put 2 of them here, and it looks like he's sitting down. And the same can also be done with Bilbo. But that's so pretty cool. But let's go on to the next ones. Next up we have Merry, Pippin and Gloin. I hope I'm doing these 2 right. The first thing that you see is that Gloin, the dwarf, uses half legs, the mid legs, which makes him actually a bit taller than the hobbits, which in my opinion is a really amazing design decision. I do really like having the extra hobbits in there. Really happy that they also come in this set. For the back torso printing, I believe it's about the same as what Frodo and Sam had. Yeah, about the same. Okay. Gloin comes with some extra printing. He doesn't come with an alternate head, but Merry and Pippin, they, I believe at least, they do come with the alternate faces. So showing a bit more concerned and a bit of a smiling one. They're pretty cool, and again 2 different colors of capes, with the elven bread and with the carrot. So let's go on to the next ones. And here we have Legolas, Boromir and Gimli, where in this case the fun part is Boromir. He comes with like his quote-unquote meme face, which I really like. Sort of fit in a way. So, and Gimli, he comes with 2 of the axes, which are a new piece, same as the sword for Boromir, which is in a separate pack, so you get quite a lot of them as extras. Taking off the helmet of Gimli, he doesn't have a secondary face, but he comes with a bit of a hairpiece. Boromir comes with a different face, and Legolas also comes with a different face. And for the back printing, it's pretty cool back printing for Boromir. I do also really like his shield that you can see here, and of course the front torso printing. And I believe that the helmet for Gimli is actually a new mold. I'm not 100% certain on it, but I do believe it is. And here you can see the look of Gimli as whole. I don't like the hairpiece used on Legolas. On the other elves it works better, but not on him, I believe. Let's go on to the next ones. Next up, Arwen, Aragorn, and Gandalf. Gandalf, of course, comes with his head, and he also comes with the hairpiece. So doesn't have any back head printing. Aragorn has also one of those longer swords and does come with the back head printing. So also some back torso printing. And Arwen uses the same hairpiece as Legolas, only this time in a different color, also having some back printing. One thing I don't really like is that Arwen seems to have like a normal face instead of a specialized one. What I do quite like is that Gandalf and Elrond also have a bit of a different part, so you can actually sit them down, which you just saw in my city itself. Now let's go on to the next patch. And for the last couple of figures, you see that we have Elrond and two regular elves. In this case, I do find that the hairpiece actually works. Elrond also comes with one of those dresses, so he can sit down, and he uses his stern face. The other from the guy here, the face doesn't really fit, but from the girl it's fine. I do quite like getting generic elves. And for the back sides, they all come with different faces, so looking really cool. Now for the honorable mention. And here for the honorable mention, we have the statue. 6 of these are included in the set, where they differ between 2 hair pieces, with this one and the other one differing with 2 face prints, being one is stone faced and the other is a cold stare, as of the instruction book. Your decision on what is what. And the half of them coming with a dress piece instead of the legs. So actually this set includes 21 minifigures, which is quite a lot. But having all the figures, now let's go on to the rest of the set. So after all that, let's get into the build itself. First off, it's ginormous, it's gigantic, it's fairly tall. I don't know exactly how big it is, but it's like about the same height as my arm, so I would say like 50 centimeters high, 40, 50, something like that. And the set is able to be split in 3 parts. So one of them is right here, where you can simply take it off, and the other one is here at the bridge, where you can also separate them. That's so you can easily remove it and transport it. I won't be doing it because it's here at the greatest position it could be. But let me just start on the first part of the set. I'll start from top to bottom, starting with this bit of a spire, and I really like the design, I like the build, and I really like how they actually incorporated the octagonal shape in there. And you would have to build it yourself or look in the instructions to really see how it's done. But I found it really interesting. I like the sand green parts. They do remind me a bit too much of Hogwarts, but that's a slight issue. Here are the aforementioned statues. And then you have a bit of rock work, so like that part where it's sticking over, but it's just, in my opinion, small issue. Here you have a little hidey hole where you could put a hobbit in there. And I do really like how they achieved that design. Simply, but they're really cool builds. You can actually take this whole part off and look in there, but I'll get to that in a bit. It is usually not too easy to set down, but it's fitting. It isn't that stable, but it's a display piece, not a play piece. For the roof, as most of you already would know, this was a real hassle to get all these plates on there. It took some time, but it was pretty relaxing. So in that case, it does work. I do also really like how they did the roof, where they did it in a different way than I thought, by actually using like these sign pieces. So that's pretty interesting. On the other top of the roof, other part, you have also one of those spires, but it's a smaller one. And these ornaments on the side, they also look really cool. So I'm quite happy on how that part looks. Going to the side, you see a bit of a room, but I'll go into the interior later. This design, pretty simple, but it's effective. Also, I do really like this combination of the white and then the sand green. These parts are also really creative use of this bit. So that's an amazing part. Having these steps down, pretty simple. And again, there's more interior there. For a bit more of the exterior part, where we have this roof, which is again one of those, and that has also some really cool details, having a bit of mini statue and some little birds, some doves. This was also a pretty interesting part to build, having these on like an angle. So again, with more interior, I will get to the Council of Elrond later, but yeah, go for the structures first. So you have this little area, which is completely removable, and it has a bit of those beds and a really interesting design for this chapel, using the lifesaver buoy piece and this like water effect that was, I think, released with elves, and having the candle stem piece for the extra structure. And this is fairly strong, it won't fall apart on you, so it looks weak, but it isn't. It's something that's pretty interesting. The trees, there are like four big trees, and they all have different colors. I do quite like the back one, which is like a fall design. Here we have another one of the trees, which is really cool. Well, the sand green and also those really cool olive green leaves and gold. But the really cool part is this use of one piece to signal out that it's a mushroom. For the bridge, for the way up, there's a really nice design of how the stepping stones work, where it goes all the way up to the bridge, which is very simple, but it actually works, where it looks really great, and it lines up perfectly with the other part, which also has some same of the stone structures and a whole pathway going up to the Council of Elrond. Again, wait a minute. For a bit of the terraining, they mostly use like the dark tan and the olive green parts, and you just have to see and take in how it works. Really cool part where they use these pieces to make sure that the stem of the tree or the roots of the tree kind of go further, having some fallen leaves of the tree, more parts, and it goes all the way around. Other pieces for the mushroom. It goes actually all the way to the back, where you can see a bit of the rest. It's like a bit of a forge. One of the other interesting parts is how they did this waterfall, where those pieces, well, they're pretty fine, but what I really like is how they use the white pieces for a bit of like foam of the water, and where they actually have turquoise, the dark turquoise plates underneath here to bring out a bit of a darker watercolor, and it actually looks amazing. So pretty interesting design. Now we'll get on to a hassle. Well, let's show the Council of Elrond first, but after that we'll get into a hassle, where it uses some printed elements, using the new shulker box piece for this little table. The tree, it's a pretty big one, and it's using some repetition, but you can fiddle it around a bit. But the interesting part is this is almost the same way that they do it in the Winnie the Pooh set. These little chairs, they're actually using like hot dog pieces and ice cream pieces. They're all attached to each other. But the best part is, if you want, you can actually take all of it out, and then you have you can display it on its own. And a bit of an Easter egg with the Eye of Sauron in there. So that is really cool. But let me just twist this whole thing around and show you the interior. So now for the back side. Let's start with this bit of a painting, which is sadly a sticker. The set uses some stickers, which is too bad. There are more of them. But it's a really cool sticker insignating the battle. And yeah, too bad we still didn't have the figure of Sauron. Going to here, you have the broken sword and another one of those statues, having one of the elves, some paintings of, I don't know what city it's actually supposed to be, but looks cool. And here you have one of the boats. On here, in here, there's a bit of a staircase going down, which actually looks pretty interesting. And this is the best way to mention it. What I do really like about this set and some other icon sets is that they have like bits of text for some of the builds. And this one was, by installing a railing, we could make sure that the stairs doesn't need any studs, which was pretty funny to actually read. Going down, there's a bit of like a mapping table showing the two towers, and there's some more different structures, again with this pretty amazing floor tile, which is repeated really well, it's used really heavily. Also, I do really like this not chandelier, it's well, this candle piece with the structure underneath. I don't really know the term in English. These pillars are also a pretty good design, and they're, how can I get there? Right here is a little bit of like an observatory or like a telescope, looking pretty cool. Then there's this tree, which I forgot to mention, which is just a really tall and repetitive tree. Not my favorite, but it is kind of nice. Going a bit further, here's a little stool, and let's play this and press down. Little stool, a small tree, and all the way to the left you have some mushrooms underneath the waterfall, and you have a bit of a dwarven mine, or like a toolsmith, and it's pretty dark in there. So let me just take this one off to get you a bit of light in there, where it's advised that you put all the blades that are in a bit of package around it, having some of the figures here, and looking pretty cool. So, and there's a way out, of course. That's it for this side. Now going all the way to the other side. I will place that back again. All the way to the other side, where there's also a bit of a room inside, but it's pretty dark in here, so I will just turn it back around and show that part separately. So having this section taken apart, looking in the interior, there's a really nice bookshelf, bookcase. Again, one of those beds we saw earlier. 2 candle stands. Also this bed with, in that chest, there's a blade and like the chain armor for Frodo. And having this bit of a corner where in Bilbo can write his book, which I believe, can we see this in a good way? There and back again. Yeah, that was that is the thing that's stated there. So, but getting this one out of the backside, out of the way, actually reveals one sticker I forgot to mention, showing the elves forging presumably one of the rings, and another one of those doorways. So let me get it all back together. So, with me being a fan of the Lord of the Rings series and missing out on the Lego Lord of the Rings sets some years ago, this is a must-have for me. I saw it released, or I saw it revealed, and I was immediately like, yeah, I'm gonna save up some money and buy this set. Therefore, for the question of you, should you buy the set? Well, it's a massive amount of money. And so, if you are as much of a fan of Lego and you really want the whole Fellowship of the Ring, and you don't mind spending a lot of money on this set, then sure, go ahead and buy it. Is it then again worth it for €500? Well, it really depends. Whereas this is really beautiful and fleshed out, everything really detailed, but for a whole structure, 500 is a lot. So, some things to consider. Do I advise buying it? As said, if you are a fan, then absolutely. Then, really. So, it'll be, well, not per se landmark, it will be an item to show off to everyone who will get in here. And until I get my own home, it will probably stay on this exact same spot, because in my room there is no room for this. But that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Have a lovely day. Goodbye. You all like minifigures, and I know that. So that's why I'm doing a giveaway of multiple different figures, depending on my subscriber amount. Figures can be some of the ninjas I have. They won't all stand up, just luck, I guess. Some of the ninjas of the different suits. Also, a Vision, a Captain America, one Shuri, a Clone Gunner, and maybe even my Commander Cody. All you need to do to win this, or to get a chance to win one of them, is to subscribe, tell me why you're subscribed, and leave that in the comments, and tell me your favorite theme. And giveaway will actually start from 100 subscribers, and with every 25 more, I will do one more minifigure as a giveaway. Let's get back to the video.